Walking down Union Boulevard a little after 6 in the morning on Monday, the last day of August 2015. What's up, everybody? Michael Phoenix here, founder of the magazine. Just wanted to give you a quick rundown. I know there's no video and only a few photos on this, but every year the small town of Coplay here, just north of Allentown and surrounded by Whitehall, has a little festival called Coplay Community Days. And it's this town's turn to take the spotlight for pretty much the only time during the year, with one other exception. Now, I grew up in that town, and I remember the first Coplay Community Days. So one thing this year, I actually just kind of took a break, and covered it last year. And this year I decided, you know what, I'm just going to enjoy it for a change. And I'm glad I did, because this year, just, grabbing a little bit of food there, walking around, I admit it, had a couple beers while I was there. It made me realize that Coplay, two things in Coplay, that you have St. Peter's Church picnic, which is called a homecoming, and it's exactly what it is. And Coplay Community Days is almost like part two of this homecoming. Because when I was there, Saturday evening and Sunday during the day, I ran into so many people that I knew from growing up there and from the life I have now, which, trust me, are 180 degrees completely different lives. It was just, even though, the community day is actually very small down at the Coplay Park, it's literally like a homecoming in every sense of the terms, because it just felt so good for myself to just walk around, listen to the music, and run into these people that it was literally the perfect way to end summer for me. It's hard to describe, but it's the Coplay community days. I can talk, really, I am awake. It goes beyond being a great and perfect example of a small town festival here. Even if you didn't grow up in that town and you go there and you attend community days, it feels right for you. It will, when I was there, it's like the magazine, my next book, nothing else existed. It was just the perfect break from life, and a great way to just, I did an article, Music Fest, Celebrating Life. A great way to just escape the cities, escape your life, and just say, hey, you know what? This is what it's about. And it's hard it's almost impossible when you're down there not to have that feeling in one aspect or another. Because it's just, it's what small towns used to be. A lot of people getting together on a weekend and just having fun and enjoying things. They have great food, some great food there. It was the last weekend that the Coplay pool was open, which, thank you to nature, you cooperated and you gave them a perfect weekend for it this year, weather-wise. It was, in the 80s to upper 80s, sunny, no threat of rain, so the pool was packed. You had a wide variety of bands, including Crazy Hearts, which is country, polka, Elvis impersonator, rock cover bands, you name it. It was a great variety. So Coplay Community Days, this is another thing here in the Lehigh Valley. You hear me talk occasionally talk about the heart and soul of the Lehigh Valley. And most times when I'm talking about it, I'm in the cities. Well, there's so much more to Lehigh Valley than just Allentown, Bethlehem, and Easton. When you get out into the small towns, that's where you really see the history. I mean, you still have the cement kiln standing from, when the cement business used to be huge. I think Coplay, I may be wrong here, but Coplay actually had one of the first cement production plants in the entire country. So, there's a baseball field right across the street where, when I grew up, I used to play, my friends and I used to play pickup games of baseball and softball there. This town has a lot of history to it. And it's just, when you attend community days, you really pick up on, normally it's like Lehigh Valley, this place is stuck in a time warp, and that's not a good thing. But Coplay Community Days, for the Coplay Community Days, it is. It's a great thing because it's one of the things about, no matter where you live, that remind you of what life is really about, what's really important to you. Family, friends, the people you love, the people you care about. So if you're not doing it, if you're looking for a great way to end the summer, whether you live in the Lehigh Valley or you don't, 2016, it's usually the last, it's the last, I believe almost always the last weekend of August. The town is called Coplay. Look it up on Google Maps. It's just north of Whitehall, just north of it's north of 22 on just off MacArthur Road. Honestly, you couldn't ask for a better way to wind it down. Whether you stop by, just grab some food and a beverage for a little bit, or you want to kill you have a couple hours to kill. This is part of the heart and soul of the Lehigh Valley. This is part of what this area is really about. And Coplay Community Days really just it goes beyond a perfect example. Like I said, you and it's not so much the word community because it's often overused, but it'll show you'll get the feel of what the small towns used to be here. And I know this year every day it was packed, mainly thanks to the weather. So just 2016, the town, Coplay is how you spell the town. For those of you not familiar with it, check it out. And by the way, I really have to say this. Thank you so much to Steve Berker, I believe I pronounced that last name correctly, and every single person who was involved with this for working all year round, because I had a chance to talk to Steve, and he said nobody makes money off this except for the vendors. He said he doesn't make a single penny off this. This is done out of love and just because they want to do something to give back to not only the town of Coplay, but the entire Lehigh Valley. So definitely make this one of your top events for 2016, especially if it doesn't rain, because any outdoor event, you're constantly, from the moment you set that date, you're like, please don't rain, please, look it up, please, please, please. It's just the way it is. Make this one of your top events for 2016. Thanks for the support, everybody. It means a hell of a lot to me. Take care. Summer 2015 is basically in the history books, but you got a lot of Oktoberfest, a lot more coming up. Stay safe. Go out, have fun, escape life. Stay safe and stay smart about it. Michael Phoenix, founder of the magazine. I'll see you around later.